Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am here to show you guys how to make these cute little jean skirts, and trust me guys, this process is like one of the easiest things ever. Obviously you won't get it like the first try if you're a beginner. Things do take time, so just be patient with it. And the only down thing about this video is that I will be using the advanced template, so if you want to feel more comfortable, go ahead and watch tutorials on how to use it. Otherwise, you can stick here with me and I will basically be showing you guys how to do everything on it. So if you just follow the same thing I'm doing, I'm sure that you'll make it. And yeah, so without further ado, let's get on with the video. Alright, so this is what the advanced template looks like. It's way different from the regular template, but it shares the same concept. So, yeah. So we're gonna start off by making a new layer. So just go up here, click new layer, move it down under the template layer, and we're basically going to start off by making like a regular jean outline. So to do that, we are going to go to the shape tool, go to draw, Bezier, and make sure it's on the size 2. We're going to go down to the color picker here and make sure it's on white or just a light color so you can see better. We're going to zoom in, and I suggest using like these red and green template things because it really like shows where the middle of the template is and stuff, and it's just very straightforward. So we're basically going to start underneath the second pair of Christmas lights. So we're just going to click and then drag to the other side, let go of your mouse, and you should have this weird effect. So using that, we're just going to make an arched line like so. We're going to go to the line tool here and just connect it on each side of the torso. So I'm just going to click and drag. So now we're going to go to the arrange tool, we're going to click duplicate, and we're just going to move it right underneath, creating a space in between both lines, and we're going to merge both by clicking Ctrl+6 on your keyboard just once. Obviously, if you don't like where it's placed, you can make sure that you're on the arrange tool, click and then drag to wherever you want it to be. So after that, we are going to make like the outline of the button, the zipper, and the pockets. So I suggest making a new layer, make sure it's above the layer that we just made. Go to the shape tool again, go to Bezier, zoom in, and just make a straight line going in the middle, let go, and then make it arched kind of. That's where the button would go, so yeah. So now I'm going to go back to the shape tool, make sure you're on line, and just make a straight line right next to the arched line that we made. Don't make it going all the way down because you need room for the ruffles, so just make it like a short line. And now I'm going to make another layer, make another line right next to it, but even shorter. Go to the Bezier tool, click off where it ends here, and just connect, making a diagonal line. Like so, let go, and just kind of connect it. Once that's finished, we are going to merge every single layer besides the template layer, so just click Ctrl+6 on your keyboard. Now we're going to make the pockets, so add a layer, make sure it's the top one here, go to the shape tool, go to line, make a little straight line coming out from the side there, go to the Bezier tool, click off where it ended here, make a diagonal line going up, let go, and create it kind of connecting like so. So in my opinion, I don't like where it's placed. I feel like the pocket looks too long, so I'm going to go to arrange. I'm going to move it to wherever I want. I'm then going to go to the select tool, click, and then drag, creating a box with like the access that you want. Click backspace on your keyboard, click anywhere, go to arrange, click duplicate, flip horizontal, and you're going to want to move it to the other side here. You don't have to put it all the way because you don't want the pocket looking large, so I suggest putting it kind of like that. We're going to go to the select tool, select like the axis of it, click backspace on your keyboard, it would say clear, go to arrange, go to edit, free transform, click this little top rectangle here and just drag it upwards. Click anywhere, click yes, and now merge both pocket layers so it's in one big layer. Once that is finished, we are going to click duplicate, flip horizontal, and then add it to the other side. Kind of match it up perfectly with the other side so it looks more organized. And once that is finished, just merge all the layers completely. Now we're going to make the hoops for the little belt. So we're going to add a layer. We're going to go to the shape tool, go to line, make sure the size is on 2. We're going to start off on the right side here and just make a diagonal line like so. Go to arrange, duplicate, and then put it to the other side, leaving a space in between. Merge that layer like so. And if you don't like how it's kind of sticking out from the lines here, you can go to the erase tool and just like erase it where you don't want it. Now I'm basically going to add it on each side here. So I just click duplicate, flip horizontal, and then put it on the other side here. So if you added like the hoops on multiple sides of the torso, you're going to want to completely merge all the layers. So click Ctrl+6 on your keyboard multiple times until it's just one big layer. So once that is finished, we are going to add another layer. So add another layer, make sure it's on top, go to the shape tool, make sure you're on line, and change the size to 1 this time. We're going to make a straight line going through the whole front area and just connect it to each side of the torso. So once that is finished, you're just going to want to merge the layers. So just click Ctrl+6 on your keyboard. So now we're going to create the ruffles of the skirt. So we're going to go to layer, new layer, make sure it's the top one, make sure you're on the shape tool, line, and change the size to 2. Now we're just going to make like, I'd say 3 to 4 diagonal lines right next to each other. Once you have it on one side, you're basically going to want to make sure that the space in between the lines are like identical. And so now we're going to move it over a bit. We're going to click duplicate, flip horizontal, and put it on the other side. Now we're just going to line it up so the middle has the same amount of space in between. So now you're just going to want to merge the diagonal lines into one big layer. And I feel like the sides kind of look plain, so I'm just gonna go back to the shape tool and then click and drag into like the edge here, like so. So now this is kind of a complicated part, but what we're gonna do is go to the select tool, select only 2 pairs of diagonal lines, click Ctrl+C on your keyboard, click anywhere, go to arrange, click Ctrl+V on our keyboards to paste it, put it on the other side here. We're going to click duplicate, flip horizontal, and also put that on the other side like so. Merge both lines, so this is one big layer, and now we're just going to click duplicate and put it on the other side of the torso here. Now we're going to click like the front pair of diagonal lines, so this should all be a layer now. We're going to click duplicate and then put that also on the other side. So once that is finished, we are now going to finish off by making this like a whole layer. So just click Ctrl+6 until it's one big layer. So now we're going to determine how long our ruffles are going to be. So to change the size, I usually go to the select tool, make a big rectangle, and then select the amount that I want to be gone. So I think that much, and you're just going to want to click backspace on your keyboard to delete it, and then click anywhere, go to arrange, and now we're going to start off by making the actual ruffles. Go add another layer, make sure it's on the top, go to the shape tool, the Bezier tool, make sure it's on size 2, and we're just going to click and then drag, let go of your mouse, and create this little arched line. And just do that for each diagonal line here. So once you have the ruffles created on each side of the template, we are going to then merge all the layers, so click Ctrl+6 as many times. We officially have created the outline of the skirt, so now we are going to fill in the skirt, so add a layer. We're going to move this layer this time underneath everything. I suggest finding a reference of plain jeans. I just found like a skirt inspo. Go to the color picker and then select a color of blue that you want to use. Go back to the skirt here, and now we're just going to fill it in. So basically I suggest using the brush tool just to fill in the skirt. Alright, so once it's nice filled in, we are going to go to the Arrange tool. We are then going to open our browser and search for jean texture. Go to Images, and then I suggest finding the one that literally screams your name. We're going to copy that, bring it back to Pixlr, paste it, and then move it to the top of everything, even the template layer. We're going to play around with these whitish, bluish squares and just fill in the whole skirt with this texture. Once that is finished, if you added multiple layers, just make sure it's one big layer, so just merge them. And now we're going to move it underneath everything besides the color we just filled it in with. Now, as you can see, the texture is totally going out of the skirt, which we don't want, so we're going to clean that up. So just use the eraser tool or like the select tool to take it off. So once you have the texture all in the skirt, we're going to make sure we're on the Arrange tool. We're going to click these 3 dots, go to Blend Mode, and then click Overlay. Alright, so after that we're going to play around with the transparency so it has a little texture to it. Alright, so once you're done that, we are going to make sure we're on the outline layer. We are going to go to the color picker tool, click the blue, and then we're going to go to the circle here and just click making a darker blue with your cursor. Click OK, go to adjustment, color lookup, click this little raindrop and move it to the other side. If you're not happy with the color and you want it darker, you can go back to the color option here and click again, making it darker color, click OK, and then click apply. So now we are finished making like the basic skirt, but we want it more juicier, right? We want shading. So to do that, I'm going to add another layer. We are going to start off by making the color white. Go to the shape tool, make sure it's on draw. And you're going to want to like switch between the line and Bezier tool, making like white lines everywhere. So what I mean by that is basically just click and drag, making these little lines. So when it comes to like pockets, you would go to Bezier and just like basically mimic it. So now I'm going to basically make a normal line for the little zipper here. So I just mimicked basically the whole line there. And now you're basically going to want to do the same thing for the ruffles. Alrighty, so once you're finished like making these odd lines, you're gonna want to make sure you're on the arrange tool, move this layer underneath the outline layer, click these three dots, and then play around with the transparency. So see, it like gives it like detail. It's pretty cute. It's like stitching. So now we're gonna add some more like shading, and to do that we're going to create a new layer. Make sure it's on top of the outline layer. We're going to change the color to black, go to the shape tool, line, and change the size to 3. We're now going to mimic these diagonal lines, so just go right over them. So obviously if your little black lines go past like the ruffles, you're going to want to immediately like erase that, because they'll just look weird in the final product. You are going to want to go to filter, detail, blur, and just blur it. Don't go hardcore because they'll look weird. I suggest going maybe like 15's cute, click apply, go to these 3 dots here, and then play around with that. Make sure you can still see it though, because you know, we didn't just waste that for anything. Alright, so we're going to click layer, new layer, make sure it's the first one here, change the color to white, click OK, go to the shape tool, make sure it's on line, and I suggest changing the size to like 4 or 5. And now we're going into the interior of the ruffles. So just click and drag, making these lines here. Once that's finished, we are going to go to filter, details, blur, and just blur that. 13 looks really nice. Click apply, and if it's going past the ruffles, it's going to show on your avatar, and you don't want that, so you're going to want to erase the access that's going past the ruffles. After that, we're going to click these 3 dots again and just play around with the transparency. Okay, so to top it off, we are going to go to layer again, new layer. We're going to go on the brush tool, make sure the size is 5, and make sure the color is white. We're basically just going to scribble in like the main part of the skirt. And now we're just going to cover in a little bit of the pockets as well, and the little button area as well, so just click that. Now we are going to go to filter again, details, blur, and blur it to the amount that you want. If it's going past the little template here, you're gonna want to erase that. After that, click the 3 dots here and play around with the transparency. Alright, so to top it off, we're also going to add some wrinkles to make it look more cutesy. So to do that, we're going to go to layer again, new layer, change the color to black this time, go to the shape tool, go to Bezier tool this time, make sure the size is on 1, click and then drag, and then make arched lines like so. I basically like to do this like anywhere, but you kind of want to make it look like webs, I guess. I guess there's no like specific place where to put them, but just make sure it makes sense. Like if you want wrinkles on a shirt, you're gonna want to put it like in a certain area. So I'm just making it look like it's going downwards a little bit. And you're just gonna want to do that same thing for the sides too. Once you've made these like weird looking lines, we're gonna go to arrange, filter, details, blur, and do the usual. This time don't go so harsh. Click apply, 3 dots, go to blend mode, overlay, and just play around with it, making it look like wrinkles a little bit, like so. Alright, and to top it off, I'm just gonna add like a little button type thing, and so I'm gonna select the colors that I want my button to be. So I'll go with like a light pink, and then in the middle, so it would be your second color, I want a darker pink, and click OK. We're gonna go to the shape tool, add a layer. You can make this layer underneath the outline layer just so it looks more organized if you can find the outline layer. And then go to the circle, make sure it's filled. Make the outline however big you want, I guess. I suggest 1. And then click and drag, making like a button, like so. Alright, so this is like a really important part. We're going to like fill in the bottom of the skirt. So we're just going to add another layer. We're going to move up here and we're going to be working with this square and this rectangle. So we're going to make a little rectangle including both of those. I'm going to go to the color picker. I'm going to select the color of like the skirt basically. I'm going to go back up here. I'm going to click this little fill-in tool, fill that right in, go to the select tool, click anywhere, go to arrange, go back to the jean texture, whatever, paste it, and cover that right up. I'm going to go click these 3 dots, and then just clear the access so it doesn't look weird. I'm going to move it underneath the background layer. I'm going to click these 3 dots again, change it to overlay, and just make it look nicer. So I'm now going to show you guys how to import it to Roblox. So we basically have to convert it to the regular template now. So to do that, I'm going to go to File, Save, name it whatever you want, make sure it's on PNG, click Download. Once it's finished downloading, click Close, go to File, Open Image, find that thing that you just downloaded, and now we're going to go back to File, Open Image, and then select your regular template. Once that is finished, we're going to go back to the downloaded version of the skirt. We're going to click this little select tool, and you have to be careful. You can only select in between these black bars. So I'm just going to click and then drag, only including the skirt. You can't go past the black lines or it'll look weird on your avatar. So once you have it selected, click Ctrl+C on your keyboard, click anywhere, go to the regular template, paste that, go to arrange, and just move it where it's supposed to be. Go back to the advanced template, go to select, do that same thing, make sure the black lines aren't involved, click copy, go back to the advanced template, or the regular template, paste it, and just add it to the other side. Now just do it for the rest of the side and the back. Alright, so once you have like the front of the torso covered, we're gonna go back to the advanced template, go to the select tool, go up to the top here, select this huge rectangle excluding the black bars. Click copy, go to the regular template, and just move it underneath. So this is where your like bottom of your butt would go. And so go back to the advanced template, copy this square here, paste it, and then just fill it in these squares here. Go back to the advanced template, and now we're going to select only one side of the ruffles. So I'm going to start at the corner here, drag, stopping right in the middle of these Christmas colors. We're going to copy that, go back to the template, paste it, go to arrange, move it in the right front leg area, like so. Now do the same for the other side. Start at the corner and stop in the middle of the pair of Christmas lights. Copy, paste, put it on the other side. Go back to the advanced template again, copy the side of the skirt, go to the normal template, paste, and put it on both sides here. So right here, copy, and put it in the back here. And do the same for the other one. Now to fill in the back of the leg, we're going to go back to the advanced template. We're going to go into the back here, and same process, start at the corner, end in the middle, copy, paste, put in the right position here, and yeah, do the same thing for the other side. Now we're going to merge all the layers, excluding the template. Click and then move it underneath. Go to File, Save, name it whatever you want. Click PNG, download, and then upload it to Roblox. So obviously if you don't have a transparent template, you're going to want to click the visible sign here, save it, and then import it to Roblox. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I thought this was really fun and really advanced, so I hope this like kind of stepped up your little designing game, and if it did, please let me know in the comments down below and leave a like if you enjoyed this. Thank you for everything. I love you so much. Bye!